Switching gears, this will be a new story. We will come back to the previous stories another time. In this story, there is a young lady. She goes to work at a fast food restaurant. Her supervisor is a very handsome man. He is a 10 out of 10 as far as looks. He checks all the boxes when it comes to looks. The problem is, he is very rude. This young lady has a coworker also. A man who is obese. He is obese. In fact, he is quite possibly over 600 pounds. Quite possibly. And when it comes to looks, his face is a 0 out of 10. Just absolutely unbelievable. She, herself, she's about an 8 out of 10. She comes to work every day on time to give her best effort at this fast food restaurant. And even though she does give her best effort, customers still disrespect her. It seems to be the nature of the game when it comes to working at a fast food restaurant. This is the premise of the story. And I am the storyteller. Now let's begin. The young lady comes to work, and there's no customers in the restaurant right now. She's at the register. This is her normal position. Her overweight coworker hasn't come to work yet. He's supposed to be there with her at the opening of the restaurant. But for whatever reason, he is not there yet. So the manager comes in. And he says, I don't know where he's at, but if he doesn't get here very soon, I may have to. And before he can finish his sentence, the overweight worker comes in. And he says, oh, it's me, Knucklehead. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just making it in now. But at least I have a 5-minute grace period. So I am not technically late just yet. Oh. And Knucklehead was correct. He is not technically late. The So he is lucky. So he was able to stand right next to his female co-worker. And while he was standing next to her, getting ready to clock in, she held her nose because he smelled in a way where it upturned her stomach. She did not like the smell, and she did not like the way he looked. And she said, "Listen, can you get your ugly behind away from me?" "But this is my cash register." "Oh!" And she said to him, "If you don't get away from me, I'm going to throw some fries in your face. Move away from me right now." And he did not budge because that is his register. His name tag is right there next to it. He don't believe he should have to move down. Then the manager came out of his office and got in Knucklehead's face as if he was about to knock Knucklehead out. And he forced Knucklehead to go all the way down to the last and final cash register. And Knucklehead didn't have a choice because that is the manager's call. And when the manager did all of that, the young lady smiled and licked her lips as if she seen a delicious meal right in front of her. Obviously, she was doing all of that because she really likes the manager from a physical standpoint. And then the manager turned to her and said, "I need you to do your job, okay? You do your job, and you don't have to say nothing else to Knucklehead. I already got him going down to the last register. Now you do your job, and I'm not playing with neither one of you. And if you can't do your job, then you're both going to be fired." And the way he spoke to her was as if he's speaking to a child. He did not speak to her as if he's speaking to another adult. He totally disrespected her. But she didn't care. Because of the way he looked, all she can do was fantasize about him and lick her lips and just kept staring at him. And then he went back into his office and paid her no attention. The first customer came into the restaurant. I want to order I want to order a hamburger. And she was like, "If this, okay, whatever. Listen, you want a hamburger? What else do you want?" I want Pepsi also. "Okay, Pepsi. What else? Anything else?" Listen, and I'm only going to say this one time. I need you to speed up your order. If you can't do that, you gotta go. And then the customer had a nervous breakdown right in front of her. It looked as if he was having a panic attack, which, you know what? He was, because she scared him. She frightened him. He became extremely nervous. Why? Because in his mind, she was extremely beautiful, and he was extremely shy. the same attention that he was giving to her, which was factuation, is the same attention she gave to her manager. But she didn't realize that because she can't see from his point of view. So the manager came out and said, "What's going on here?" And then she said, "I don't know what's going on with this customer. Something's wrong with him. He's acting weird." And then the customer said, "She's bullying me. She's speaking so vile to me." And then the manager scolded her. He scolded her as if she was a 3-year-old. And what made matters worse, he told her, "Go to the back, get your things, and you are out of here for the rest of the day. I'm not paying you for the 8 hours. I'm getting sick and tired of both you and Knucklehead. I want you out of here. I'm going to call somebody else to come in and take your shift." But why? Go now. And then as she was just about to check out and go to the back, Knucklehead intervened. "Oh, excuse me, sir. I'll cover her position, but I'll take her customer, but speed it up, Knucklehead. What do you got to say?" "Please don't send her home. Please, sir. She's a good worker." Oh. You know what, Knucklehead? You go to the back, get your things, and you get the heck out of here too. "But who's going to take care of the customer? If we both go home, there's nobody here to take care of the customer." "I'll take care of the customer. You get your stuff now, Knucklehead, and get out of here. Both of you out of my restaurant now." The manager was extremely mad, and Knucklehead did not want to get fired. So he listened. So Knucklehead and the young lady went to the back together. While they were in the back room, gathering their belongings to prepare themselves to go home, the young lady turned to Knucklehead and said, "Why did you do that? Why did you try to defend me in any way, shape, or form? Why?" "Because, I really like you so much. Knucklehead, I can never like you, Knucklehead. You're ugly. I don't like ugly men. I like handsome men. Like our boss. He is so handsome." "But he treats us bad, and he really don't like you." "I don't care, Knucklehead. I'd rather be with a man who hates my guts than be with a man that is unattractive." The moral of this story, everyone, is people usually go by looks. Over 90% of human beings go by looks. This is the hardcore black pill truth. Looks matter first, and then everything else comes after. This marks the end of this particular story. Come back again next time for more stories from the world of Parker.